So today I'm going to talk about changing Bibles. Just some different ideas of when to change your Bible, and then my personal Bibles that I have used. These are not all my Bibles, but just from the last few years, and then what to do when switching. And then this is also going to be kind of a review of my new Bible, which just came out not too long ago. So I'm going to kind of walk through that Bible too and show you what the inside looks like and all that. So first of all, I don't think there's a time that you have to change. I think it's different for everyone. I have seen people every single year they change. So every January they get a new Bible and start fresh with a new Bible. I've seen people choose 10 years, that they're going to use one Bible for 10 years and then after that they'll get a new one. I've seen people keep a Bible until it's filled up completely, so until every page, which kind of goes along with the other one, which is when every book is studied. So I've seen people go through their Bible and see that there's, maybe Leviticus hasn't been studied, so they'll study that before moving on to a new Bible. And then maybe more practical things, like you find a Bible you like better than the one you're using now. And then with different seasons. So as seasons change, maybe you change Bibles. So for me personally, I typically do a combination of when seasons change and also when I find a Bible I like better, or that's more practical, or that I think will work better for my style of studying, basically. So this Bible that I used was the NIV Journal the Word. I used it in 2019, 2020, and 2021. And I really liked this Bible. It had a lot of space. Actually, let me first share, before this one, I had another Bible, and the reason I went to this one is because my previous Bible I was using while I was married, and then in my abusive marriage, and then when I got divorced. And once I got divorced and the divorce was finalized, I decided to get a new Bible because I felt like it was kind of a change of seasons. The other Bible had just, you focus on different stuff in different Bibles, I think. And so that Bible was really focused on marriage and divorce and abuse and healing and all that. So I decided to get this Bible. So this is the Bible I used for several years. This is the Bible when I started dating my husband, and we got married. I used this Bible. I think my vows are written in this Bible. I think literally I wrote my vows somewhere in this Bible. There's a whole page of it. So, yeah. So I really liked this Bible. I used it for many years, and it had a lot of space. It had cross-references, which I am a big fan of cross-references. I'm also kind of showing you this because I think sometimes it's hard to look on like Amazon. So if you are looking for a Bible, I do love the Journal the Word Bibles. If you're looking for one with cross-references, it has to say a reference Bible in it. They have Journal the Word Bibles that don't have the cross-references, but I did like that the cross-references are right here. They're very clear to see. And then white pages. Again, I won't get into like all my pickiness, but I'm super picky when it comes to Bibles. But I like white pages and just lots of journaling space. So I used this Bible for several years. And then my husband actually, we were dating at the time, he gave me this Bible. So I kind of used these two together. I didn't fully switch to this one just because it is a journaling Bible that doesn't have a ton of space. So this is what like the inside looks like. It does have cross references. They're a little bit harder to read. They're not as like clear as the other Bible. But I did like this Bible, and I loved the study notes. So I still use this one anytime I'm studying something in particular. I will come to this Bible and look at the notes and like see what it says. But that's what this Bible is. So this is it also has space. It had a lot of good intro stuff. And if you're part of the studio, the outline that I share, I've been sharing, is actually from this Bible. So I do pull it from this Bible. So this is the New King James. Let's see what it's called. The Holman Study Bible, New King James Version edition. So that was a great Bible too. And then I moved to the inductive study when I started doing inductive studying. So I moved to this Bible, and I have loved this Bible. I've actually tried to, the only reason why I don't like this, to be honest, the only reason is the space. It is very The margins are, I think they're like 1 inch. They're very small. But I've studied a lot in this Bible. I've read some of it chronologically, and I love the chart. If you're new to this Bible, at the end of every book, there are these chapter themes, so you fill them out, and then there's chapter themes here. So where like another Bible will say, this is what, Ruth chapter 4. I'm going to pull up this Bible. Pull up, like it's an iPad. Guys, I'm on my iPad too much. I say stuff like sounds like an iPad. Okay, so 4, it'll say, like it'll have a heading there, right? And even sometimes like, that's chapter 4, but even like the paragraphs will have headings. This doesn't have any of that. So there are no headings, and they don't even separate. The only way they separate paragraphs is they just bold it. But they do that so that you can figure out your own theme. So you can basically write your own heading for that chapter. And then you can do it there too. So you can kind of like summarize it. So I've done that for several books in this Bible. So I really did love this Bible, and I still love it. I'm actually not, even though I'm switching to a different Bible, I'm still going to use this sometimes for like inductive studying. But here's Isaiah. But yeah, the main reason why is just I ran out of space. And not even I ran out of space on every page. There's just not a lot of room. So I always had to have a binder with me, and I always had to be studying in something else, where there are times where I would like to do both. I like to study my Bible and have notes, but if I want to also just be able to study in my Bible. So that is the main reason for switching. And then I do feel like I'm kind of going into a new season, so that's the other reason. But this Bible is the one I'm switching to, and this one is called the ESV Journaling Study Bible. So if you have seen the study Bible, the ESV Study Bible, which is a great study Bible, it has so many notes. It does not have space to write. So they basically took that Bible and they took the notes and condensed them and added them here and made it double column, but also gave you a ton of journaling space. This is actually a very wide Bible. So like, here's my previous Bible. So you can see it's wider. This Bible is very small that I used to use. So same thing, it's wider and a little bit taller. But yeah, it has, so you got all your study notes down here. You have your text up here, and you've got lots of journaling space. So this is the one I'm switching to. Let me see. Okay, the beginning too. So let me show you the beginning. So like Psalms, for every book of the Bible, you have this little timeline here, and then you'll have like author and date, key themes, types of Psalms, and then structure, just some other stuff. And a lot of times there's a map too. I think it kind of depends on which, book you're in. But a lot of times like they have a map. And then on those pages, there's also journaling space. So you could write some stuff. So currently I'm studying in Philippians, and I was able to write some keywords right there. So after I had finished reading this, I decided to put my keywords right there so that as I'm studying, I've got them like right there. So I really like this Bible. Let me see, I'm trying to think of some, I guess, pro cons. Basically, the font is smaller. If you're used to this Bible, the Inductive Study Bible, they've got some big font, and I don't even have bad eyes, but if you go from this to that, you are like, oh my goodness, it's small. But it's just a cool Bible because you've got the study notes, so you can have the study notes as you're reading. It does have cross references too, so I'm big on cross references. I use cross references constantly, and I am trying to switch more to use cross references in a Bible app. It's that eSword Bible app I shared the other day. So I've been using cross references on there, but if sometimes I don't have my iPad or my phone, I do like to be able to have the cross references in my Bible. So I was super happy because it is hard to find. You have no idea how much research I did trying to find a different Bible, and a lot of them do not have cross references. So I love the cross references. I love the notes. They are condensed from the ESV Study Bible. the regular one, but they're still good. The other thing I like about this Bible that I've been doing, and this is more like a tip if you do get this Bible, is a couple things. Number one, I think you need to color code a Bible like this. You don't have to, but because it's double column, and see, I haven't even finished color coding this, but like back here, because it's double column, your notes can get kind of confusing, because if you're writing a note over like about this, you'll have to write it over here. So I do like to color code that kind of stuff. So when I come to this, I can easily see that this goes to that, that goes to that. And if I'm, gonna something over here, I can, do it the same color so that I can easily look at this and know where my notes go, basically. So that is important. And then the other thing I've been liking doing is doing different kind of brackets to kind of bring it all together. So I did like this little vine for these verses, and then I did it here so that I can look at this and know these go together. And then I really liked what it said down here, so I did that same vine here. So again, when I come in here, I can like easily look and see that those go together. Same thing with this. I've got like that little bracket. I think I did it on this page. Same thing. I did like a vine thing here, so I know that goes to that. This one I did like a line with some dots, and then I did that over here. So it just kind of helps, at least me, helps my brain be able to come to this page when it's double column and see what goes together. Same thing with this. I know this, this, and this all go together. So that's one thing I've been doing to kind of keep it all together. And then obviously color coding is super helpful, just because it can just really help you figure out like where everything fits together. I think that's pretty much it. I really have loved this Bible so far. I've only been using it for about a week, but I love the notes. I love the space. And then I love even this intro stuff, and then having space in the intro section too. And you also seem to get a lot of just extra space in terms of, not all the time, but like there are certain books where you just get like a whole, you'll get like a page, which can be, again, just kind of nice. You just have like all this space to write extra notes. So the other thing I want to talk about is just what to do when switching, because I don't know if you guys have this hard time, but like when I switch, this is my last Bible, and it's like I have all these tabs here and all these like things that I studied or favorite verses, and so it can be really hard to switch over because you kind of lose, you don't lose it. It's not like I'm getting rid of this Bible. It's still in my Bible basket, but I do kind of find that I miss some stuff, and I'll come back and reference this. But the one thing I will do is I will transfer a few things. So first what I will do is I fill out the front. So in the front of my Bible, Selah colored on it, but I always put a few things. I usually do a color coding, maybe some like cute little stickers, how to study the Bible, just like different stickers. And then I like to put some pictures, like the most recent pictures I have of my kids or of my family, because it's just kind of cool to look back on, like when you started that Bible. I think this one has it too. Yeah, so this was like me and Corey dating. And then, yeah, this one. So I was using this one when, Selah was born. So actually, I don't think I was using this one. I think I did add this picture later on. See, which is why I don't like doing that, because it's like I didn't really use this when Selah was born. So that's funny. But anyway, so that's the first thing I like to do, is to fill out the front. Another thing with this Bible, like this is just like an added bonus. There's a lot of pages up front. So let me show you, and then we'll come back. So you've got this page, this page, this page, this page, this page, and then you got this page. This page actually says, this Bible belongs to. I stuck my sticker on it, and then that. So you have a lot of stuff up front. So I added some pictures. Sadly, I don't have any pictures of Corey and I, so we're going to be taking, I told him I need to take a picture for my Bible. But I got all the kids here, and then this is saved for a picture of Corey and I. Just one of my favorite songs, just like a few cute things. Again, like just some prints. I'm going to put my color coding thing over here. And then I haven't even filled out a lot of these. And then I put a bunch of sticky notes in the front. I thought rather than putting it in like a book or something, I would take these sticky notes, keep them here, and then when I need one, I can just come to the front and grab it and put it on the page I want to use. So I'm kind of using this as like a sticky note holder. But that's the first thing I do, and then always do that, and then I'll put the date when I started, and then I don't know if I did in my last Bible, but put the date, like this one, like I did in this one, just so I can keep track of when I used that Bible. And then the only other thing I do, I don't transfer a ton of verses. I transfer if something is recent. So I just had a birthday in August, and in this Bible, I wrote out the verse. I always choose a verse for my birthday, and my husband had a birthday too in August. And so those two things are things I did transfer to this Bible just because I just had a birthday, and it's something that I like to kind of meditate on all year and go back to. And so I want it in here too. So I put my birthday, and I'll do his, but I won't do, and I might do Gemma's, who just had a birthday in June, but Mikey's birthday's in October. So for him, I'll put his new birthday verse in here. But I don't need to do the last year's. So that's kind of how I do it. And then maybe favorite verses. So there's a verse that I love in Genesis, and it's for my husband, and it's just about being a father, being a man, head of the house type thing. That's right here. It says, "For I have chosen him that he may command the children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing righteous and justice for that the Lord may bring Abraham to what he has promised him." So I love kind of praying that over my husband, that he would command his children in our house to keep God's way. And so that's something that I constantly pray for him. So I wanted that in here. So that's really the only thing I have so far. I was just studying, I'm doing a new study in the studio about women and just some verses. So I had studied them in here, and I decided to transfer those. So I transferred those few verses. But other than that, that's really all I do. So anything favorite that I know I'm going to reference all the time, I will add in here, and then birthdays. But other than that, I do try to keep it more of a clean slate, because I obviously don't want to this Bible's filled up. I don't want to fill up this Bible by stuff that happened in the last couple of years. So I do try to keep it simple and keep it clean, but I do do a few things. Yeah, see, I did do Gemma's birthday. So her birthday was in June. So even though I wasn't using this in June, I did transfer it because all year long I will want to pray for her and use that verse to pray for her. So that's why I transferred that. But I think that's it. So I just kind of wanted to share my process for changing to a new Bible, and I find it's really hard to do, to transfer, to change to a new Bible. But usually what I'll do is for the first few months, I will be kind of in this Bible and this Bible. Just like before, when I transferred, I was in these two Bibles a lot, together, and then eventually I put this one away, and I'm just in this one. So I'm going to assume that's probably how it'll be. Well, I'll kind of be in both, and then eventually I'll be just in this one. But it just kind of takes some getting used to, because when you have a Bible, you know exactly where things are on a page and all that. So just wanted to share that, and then just kind of give you a look at this Bible. The only other thing I want to say is I had some questions about which one I bought. I did buy the one that is the leather with flap. So normally it has a flap here that wraps around. I cut it off because I have to have one of my mom's covers. She makes the most beautiful covers. This is her cover. So she makes the prettiest covers, and with her covers there comes ribbon. So I love her covers. So because of that, I cut it, and because I don't love having the flap, because I like my tabs to be seen and I don't want them getting smashed. But what I want to share is that there are a few versions of this, and I chose this one because I did actually look at the other one that was full leather, and my only thing I didn't love about it is it was very flimsy. So there are some Bibles that are very flimsy. This is kind of a flimsy Bible where it's just kind of floppy, it just kind of flops open. So the full leather one did that, but it's very wide, and so it was very it was very hard to just kind of hold in your hand. Okay, so that's why I chose this one, and I'm just sharing this because that's not something you're gonna read and read online or anything, but just kind of sharing my experience that it was very floppy. So, and the reason why this one isn't is because it came with this this is a really heavy, thick board. and it has it in the front and the back. And so I feel like that's why it's not as flimsy as that other one was. Again, it's still like wide, but you can kind of hold it in your hand and it's not flopping all the way around. So I don't know if that helps you or not, but there are some that are cloth over board. There's hardcover. There's this one, which again does have that like board. And this is the leather with leather flap or something. I think that's what it's called. And then there's the one that's just brown leather. So just kind of wanted to share that, share the differences, share kind of why I chose this one. But anyways, I hope that was helpful.